Hello. This video consists of 5 parts, each of which are independent. So you can skip each one, because your time is precious. So let's get going.
Details and what will really affect with it.
So it's all about this number. Let's have a look at it. So the revenue is just a quick way of ranking the relevance of a brand. What really lies at the center of my plan is the numerator. So the gram of CO2 equivalent emission from energy usage. Because of this extra from energy usage, I don't actually rank the brands by their emissions, but their energy providers by their emissions. And you may now wonder, why am I doing that? The origin of the problem are not actually the brands, but they're a great tool to get to it. So, who is this origin? Well, yes, but how are we supposed to get to them? With my world method, obviously. When you apply this pressure to the brand, then it will want to reduce its number. The number which is a fraction. So there's 2 ways to do that. You can either increase the denominator, which means increase your revenue, but you might have already done that, if that were possible. So you have to decrease your numerator. And there's 2 ways to do that. Number 1, you buy less energy. And that's good for our planet, so go ahead and do that. Number 2, and that will be the dominant way, buy cleaner energy. And that's our goal. Make industry flee from the dirty energy producers and find shelter at the clean ones. And why industry? Industry is the most relevant sector. Let's go full scientist and check out the data from IEA.org, the go-to source for worldwide emission data.
Okay, so this is the homepage of the International Energy Agency, and we will look at the CO2 emission data. We'll sort by sector and see that electricity producers contribute most to CO2 emissions. Next, we want to know, where does the electricity go? Which sector uses up most of it? That's going to be the most relevant sector, and it is industry. That's perfect for us, because this means that we change something where it actually matters.
So I think it's time for a quick summary, right? Step number 1, I tell you the biggest number. Number 2, you don't buy the products from the brand with the biggest number. And this will have 3 effects. The first one, this brand will decrease its number. The second effect, industry wants no more dirty energy. And this leads to our final effect. The demand of fossil fuels decreases hugely. Voila! You can get rid of those.
What makes it so different?
We don't need any government or rule maker to take action, because you are the one taking the action yourself. Whenever you move your hand away from this one brand's products, there is no waiting and there is no hoping. There is just doing. And what you're doing is so little compared to its effect. Your part of the deal are just 5 seconds of your month to look up the brand, then the brain power to remember the brand throughout the month, and the willpower to not pick this brand. But what you get is relief. relief of the feeling that you're not fighting against climate change. And that's the crucial difference. I am presenting you the first good deal for climate action. Please take it.
Which brands exactly?
Okay, firstly, they have to be big enough to be relevant to our atmosphere. Secondly, they have to sell things that the average person would buy. So, for example, producers of electrical gadgets or clothing or even food producers. And the last thing that we need is that there exist other brands that produce equivalent stuff so you can choose. And that's actually all.
Who am I and how will I be doing it?
Hi, I'm Toby. I'm at the end of my physics bachelor degree and I plan to pursue this idea of mine with the scientific exactness that I've been taught. So I will try to share as much of my calculations and methods as possible with you. Because you shouldn't have to trust me. You should be able to check my work yourself.
A downside.
Okay, so here's a problem. Well, actually... there it is. Nuclear power is emission-free. So all the energy providers, they can just switch to nuclear power plants. That's a bummer. Guess I'll just... No, I have a solution for that one. And a pretty nice one. So say nuclear power rises to be more problematic than climate change for humanity. Then we can just pick our numerator and switch from grams of CO2 to grams of uranium. Isn't that beautiful? In fact, whatever humanity's biggest problem is, we can just adapt this numerator to it. Say we run out of water, then let's write liters of used water, or hectares of cut down wood, or even hours of child labor. The reason you can adapt this method so easily is that consumption will always be there. And in your consumption, there lies great power. If you would like to try this with me, then check out my outro video, where I let you in on how to begin. Thank you very much. Bye.